Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Samantha. Thank you so much for joining me. So I know it's been a while since I posted videos, but I'm delighted to say that I'm back and will be posting videos regularly on the channel as well as a post on my community tab. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to make an amazing hair growth mask. This is a DIY mask that's going to help to promote growth and also to repair your hair. Only with mild damage. We're not talking about severe damage. That won't work. But if your hair has been in a long-term protective style, this is particularly good for that. And the reason is that when your hair is in a long-term protective style for a while, it's stretched for quite some time, and that can start to negatively impact the integrity of your hair. So using this mask after a long-term protective style can help to restore your curls and coils and bring them back to life. So to make the mask, we're going to need three ingredients. The first is fenugreek, which is also called methi. This is definitely one of my favorite ingredients and one that I use consistently because it has benefits both for the hair and the scalp. Fenugreek helps to promote growth. It can help hair to grow back in bold patches. It can also help to strengthen the hair because it has a decent amount of protein in it. And it also helps hair to retain moisture. And it just helps to improve the integrity of the hair strands, and it also has the ability to treat scalp issues like dandruff. Now I prefer to use powder to make masks, but if you've got seeds you can use them as well. The next ingredient is Brahmi, which is another favorite of mine. Brahmi also helps to stimulate hair growth, and it can also help to reduce scalp inflammation, so it can help to soothe an irritated scalp. And then the next ingredient is Amla, which is also called Indian gooseberry. So alma is a very popular ingredient and it can help to stimulate growth. In fact, it's known to be one of the most effective when it comes to stimulating hair growth. Amla can also help to darken your hair over time, and it also helps to bring your curls back to life. So if your curls are a little bit overstretched, Amla can help to basically revive your curls. The method is very simple. As you know, I like to keep things simple on this channel. So I start off by adding 2 tablespoons of the fenugreek into the jug. Fenugreek is what's going to form the base of the mask, because once it absorbs the liquids, it doubles up, trebles, or even quadruples in amount, and it forms this really beautiful thick paste. And then I'm going to add a tablespoon of the Brahmi and 1 tablespoon of the Amla. So you don't need a lot of the other herbs. And then I'm going to add water, and I start off by adding 1.5 cups of warm water. So as you saw, I was able to put my finger in there so it wasn't scalding or boiling hot water. And it's not always easy to determine how much water to add, because how much liquid the fenugreek absorbs can be a little bit unpredictable. But I say it's always better to start off with a little less water than too much, because if you add too much, there's not much else you can do. Whereas if you add too little, then you can top up the water. So I just added the liquid, mixed everything up, covered it up, and then I left it to infuse overnight. So you don't have to leave it for overnight. You can let this infuse for about 6 hours. That's more than enough time. And then for me it was the next day, and then I went ahead and blended everything, because I wanted to make sure that all the ingredients were mixed thoroughly, but also as you're blending, you begin to create a nice slippery paste with the fenugreek. So I added a little bit less water than I needed, so I ended up topping up a little bit more water, and I would say in total I used about 2 cups of water. So if you want to gauge how much water, you can add 2 cups of water with the with this recipe that I've shown you. So I blended it really well into a nice smooth paste. Whether or not to blend, I know some people don't like to blend, that's entirely up to you. Some people just want to mix thoroughly. I prefer to blend because as I said, it helps to create a nice, smooth mask of a better texture, but it also ensures that your ingredients are properly mixed together. And then I went ahead and strained the mixture. So I wanted to strain the mixture because although I used powders, the Brahmi and the Amla, they weren't very fine powders, so I knew that there would be particles in there, and I didn't want to have to deal with the particles, clinging to my hair. So whether or not you strain it, that's entirely up to you. I know a lot of people don't strain their masks, and they just mix them together and apply them straight off as they are. But I prefer to strain them if the powders I've used are not very, very fine. So I just used the end of a pair of stockings, but you can use a wig cap or a muslin cloth or nut bag, and anything that's finely woven that's going to make sure that it catches all the particles, because you do want to make sure that you catch the particles, because if those particles got stuck in your hair, it'll be quite a nightmare to remove. Now, what I did next is optional. What I did was add 2 tablespoons of one of my DIY hair growth oils into the mask. So I have quite a few of these jars because I share recipes, that's why. But this is something that I've been doing for the last few months, adding oil to my mask, and honestly, it has been a game changer. Not only does the oil add to the slip, the oil also helps to nourish the hair and the scalp, and it's just amazing. So if you've never done this before or you'd stopped doing it, I highly recommend that you do this. And I only added a couple of tablespoons. That's all you need, and it makes a huge difference. So be sure to add an oil that is penetrating. All my DIY hair growth oils are penetrating, but if you don't have one to hand, you can just use a plain penetrating oil, and there's a video in the description box that talks about that. Now let's take a moment to appreciate the gorgeousness of this mask. Please look at that. Absolutely beautiful. The consistency, it is the thickness that I like, and it is nice and smooth, no particles whatsoever, and it smells gorgeous because of the oil that I used. So I generally use my masks with Fenugreek as pre-poo treatment, so that is before I shampoo my hair. However, you can use this treatment as a post-shampoo treatment. It will work as well. So I just undone my box braids, and I did quite extensive finger detangling to remove a lot of the shed hair, and then I just put my hair into African threading just to keep it stretched a bit, so that it, basically preventing tangles and knots, etc. So I like to work in sections because it makes the job a lot easier. It makes the process a lot quicker, and it also makes sure that the product is evenly distributed. You don't want to miss any patches, and I just find the application is more effective that way. I like to apply my masks to the scalp. I know it can be a bit controversial sometimes. People saying, oh, these masks, don't put them onto the scalp. This is a hair growth mask. So in order for you to promote growth, it needs to go onto the scalp so that the hair follicles can absorb the nutrients, all the goodness, and thereby, you promote growth that way. So each section I still divided into smaller sections, as you can see in the video, because it just makes life so much easier. And as I go, if there are any shed hairs that I come across, I make sure I take them out. The beauty with this mask is that it has incredible slip. Fenugreek does that. It gives you this beautiful slip, and therefore it just makes it easier to get rid of the shed hair. And then I just work the product into the hair strands. I really want the hair to absorb all the goodness, so I make sure that each and every strand is coated, and each and every inch of my scalp is coated because I want the benefits for the hair as well as for the scalp. So I'm just going to let you enjoy the video while I play the video, and you can just listen to some nice relaxing music as you watch me apply this beautiful mask to the rest of my hair. And then once I've done that, I'll come back and explain the next steps. Okay, so the mask was on my hair and on my scalp, and like I always say, don't forget your partings and your edges. You do need to take care of those as well. And then once my hair was coated, I just covered it in a plastic bag, and then I just popped a little shower cap on top just to keep everything in place, and I left it in to work for an hour. You do need to give it time to work, at least 30 minutes. So this is what my hair looked like after an hour. I could feel feel a little warmth as I was taking the plastic bag off, and that's because of the indirect heat that's generated from the blood flowing through your scalp. And what I can tell you is that my hair felt amazing. It felt really strong. It felt rejuvenated, and as you can see yourself, the coils were popping. So that definition tells you that the curls had been revived and the hair was reconstructed, which is exactly what I needed, exactly what I was looking for. So I just went round, just kind of repeated the process throughout all the sections, again making sure that any shed hair I removed. And honestly, my hair just felt so good. And if I can say so myself, my hair looked pretty amazing because of this mask. Honestly, you really need to try this mask. It's amazing, and your hair will love you and thank you for it. So it's now time to just rinse out the mask and then shampoo. So I usually just use lukewarm water to rinse out the mask, and it's so easy to rinse out because there are no particles. Remember, we strained it, and that's the beauty of straining, the benefit of straining your mask. There are no particles to worry about. So at this point, because my hair had been in a long-term protective style, I wanted to use products that were just going to help just to strengthen it a little bit more, but also just to make sure that my hair was moisturized, add that hydration back into the hair, which you don't always get when your hair is all tucked away in a protective style. So the shampoo I chose to use on this occasion is one of my favorite shampoos, and it is the Hydrate and Repair Shampoo by Shea Moisture, which is fantastic. I've done a review on this one, and another shampoo which I've also reviewed, which I use, is this one by African Pride, which is the Moisture Miracle one, because I like to use two shampoos. One, I always make sure at least one of my shampoos is the moisturizing one. So now, after shampooing and rinsing out the shampoo, look at my hair. It looks amazing. It was so soft, absolutely beautiful. So this is even before doing a deep conditioning treatment, and it definitely is because of the mask, and the addition of the oil really took it up a notch and made it amazing. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found it useful and enjoyable, and if you did, I would really appreciate some thumbs up. So I will have new videos coming up real soon, but before I go, I just want to thank my subscribers. You are amazing, and I really appreciate and love you guys. Thank you so much for sticking with me. If you're watching the video and you have not yet subscribed, you know what to do. Subscribe, and also be sure to ring the notification bell so that you never miss any of my videos. So let's get this channel up to 10,000 subscribers, because at that point we'll have a fantastic giveaway. So be sure to let your friends and family know, and share the videos on your socials, because that would help to bring people over to the channel and encourage them to subscribe. So that's it. Until next time, my lovelies, please do take care of yourselves, take care of your loved ones, and God bless. Bye for now.